Just found out 2 years ago, I got sciatica. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even know I had sciatica. It just happened. And there's all these young people in here going, what the fuck is sciatica? Is that on Spotify? I got sciatica. All of a sudden, my sciatic nerve just locked up. It just stopped. Doesn't work anymore. My sciatic nerve. Yeah, and I got it. And I know, and here's the thing. I know other people got sciatica. That's the cool thing about sciatica. We're like a gang. Sciatica recognizes sciatica. You don't have to raise your hand. I fucking know. I can tell. I know who has sciatica. You just look at the person that's, you especially, is sitting sideways. Motherfucker's sitting like he's sliding into second. By the way, if there's a doctor in here tonight, yes, bring your compassion back. She was like, I don't know what it is with doctors, but they just lost that compassion. All of a sudden, they treat their patients like customers. I'm not saying you do. You seem like a happy person. But I'm just saying, fucking reel it back. Delivering bad news like it's just matter of fact. Like, stop. We have feelings, too. Went to this doctor. I was like, I don't know what's going on with my leg, but my right leg just keeps locking up. I don't even play sports. So it hurts right here from my hip to my knee. He goes, that's your sciatic nerve. Those are early stages of sciatica. He goes, you need to stretch your IT band out. Okay, you need to stretch your IT band. Do you have a foam roller at home? And I go, you think I have the cure when I just found out what the fuck is wrong with me right now? Oh my God. Mr. Coy, I'm sorry. Yes, you go to any sporting goods store and get yourself a foam roller and lay it on the ground and just put it between your hip and your knee and just roll back and forth. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be very painful, but do it a lot. And it'll relieve all that pressure. Just stretch that IT band out there. He goes, you probably have a lot of lower back pain. I go, I do. I got a lot of lower back pain. He goes, yeah, it's gonna relieve all that pressure. He goes, and normally it affects the buttocks. But I notice you don't have one. You're just gonna say that like that's not gonna hurt my feelings? Oh my God, Mr. Coy, you know what? I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to say it like that. Does your buttocks hurt? And I go, no. And he goes, exactly. Because you don't have one. And that fucked me up. That hurt me, that crushed me. And I want every woman to know this right now. Guys don't care about their asses. We don't give a shit. Whatever ass we have, that's the ass we have. We don't wake up on Wednesday and go, ooh, ass day, let me get to the gym. We don't give a shit. We don't do crunches, we don't do any of that shit. We don't do squats, we don't do anything. The ass we got is the ass we got. But now, my ego's shot because a certified medical technician that knows what an ass looks like can't find one on my body. He just looked behind me and went, ooh, pockets. So now I'm driving home, fucked up. I'm like, I gotta have something. I don't have an ass. I don't have any ass at all. I gotta have something. I gotta have a little ass. There's no way I don't have any ass. And I go home and I swear to God, this is the first time I ever looked at my ass. I've never looked at my own ass before, I swear. I'm like, I gotta have something. I took all my shit off and stood in front of my long mirror and I went like this. And I don't have an ass. I don't have an ass, nothing. I have a long back. I have a really long back. And then there's a butthole right at the bottom of it. There's a butthole at the bottom of it. And my ass is hairy, so it looks like a welcome mat with an asshole dangling from my spinal cord. And I just went, ugh. I just got a set of legs going into my shoulders. Like, what the fuck is that? Ugh. And right at that moment, I started thinking about every girl that dated me. I'm like, how the fuck Somebody stay with me. This is horrific. The minute we hooked up, the first time we hooked up, she should have left. Every girl that I've been with should have fucking ran for the hills. Because I talk shit when I hook up. I'm like, yeah, that was good. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm back for seconds. And I walk to the bathroom, and my asshole's like, yeah, we'll be right back. We'll be right. Keep that pussy wet, baby. We'll be right back, baby. This is what's even more crazy, that we were in the tenement and these kids actually knew Ronnie from the internet. These kids that live in the tenement can go on YouTube and find another Filipino b-boy from across the world. And then next thing you know, they're dancing together. That shit is beautiful to me. You couldn't do that when I was a kid. I couldn't go online in 1989. Are you kidding me? You know how hard it was for me? Do you know how hard it was for me to find another Filipino comic in 1989 without the internet? Do you know how hard it was for me to just find another Filipino in 1989? It was hard. That's why I wore the Filipino flag on my chest when I did The Tonight Show. A lot of people always ask me, why'd you wear that flag on your chest when you did The Tonight Show? Because I wanted other Filipino kids that wanted to be a comic be inspired when they saw me that night. If they saw me that night, they would be like, yo, I can do that too. That's the only reason why I wore it that night. Actually, there is one other reason why I wore it that night. Because the night after I taped The Tonight Show, the day after, there was a journeyman fighter, a Filipino journeyman fighter by the name of Manny Pacquiao. He was fighting Antonio Barrera. This guy was knocking everybody out. There was no way Manny could have won that fight. There was no way. If you would have bet the house on Manny that night, you'd still be spending that money today. He wasn't supposed to win. And the whole world watched. And I couldn't wait to watch. I was like, yes, finally, there's gonna be a Filipino at the top of his game, getting ready to represent the Filipinos. I couldn't wait. Everyone was watching that on pay-per-view. Hundreds of millions of people watched that fight. And then he won. He fucking won. He won. And I remember just watching it like, oh my God, he won. It was amazing. Because I knew that was the day that hundreds of millions of people were gonna hear the thickest Filipino accent ever. Like, it was so fucking thick. It was the thickest Filipino accent, and I was so happy. I was like, that's my fucking accent right there. I remember that interview like it was yesterday. They're like, so Manny, how did you prepare to fight Antonio Barrera? He was like, well, when he was, he punched like that, and he went like that, I go like that, and then he hit me, I look at him, I punch him back, he go like that, and then Jesus Christ. But I will say this, man, I was proud of Manny because he spoke English. And I'm not trying to be funny. That was the first time the world got to see a Filipino accent, and I was proud of Manny that day. And no disrespect to Antonio Barrera. No matter how many times he won the championship, he always spoke Spanish, and he's supposed to because he's Mexican. But that night, Manny said, I'm speaking English. I fucking applaud him for that. That's amazing. That was his moment, and he knew he shocked the fucking world, and I'm going to talk the best way I can to let everybody know who the fuck I am, and that's what he did. I remember HBO Sports gave him an interpreter. That's the truth. Look at that, look back. They gave him an interpreter. And I remember when Manny Pacquiao was done talking, they were like, thank you so much, Manny. And then they went to the interpreter and went, what did he say? And the interpreter was like, he's speaking English. You don't understand what the fuck he's saying. Everything he's saying, I'm saying too. You don't understand that? You don't understand Jesus Christ? Talaga? Puntang na, walang iya talaga ito, ha? Son of a shit, you, fuck you, ha? I know this is weird for me to even say, but my son doesn't know what rice is the way I knew rice. Rice was fucking everything to me. Rice was breakfast, rice was lunch, rice for dinner. And I know there's a lot of people out there going, oh, Filipinos eat breakfast? Yes, we do. It's just last night's dinner with an egg. That's all that is. And it's delicious. That's all we ate was rice. That's the key to an Asian household. Rice. That shit is always cooking. There's always a pot of rice cooking. The rice cooker's always on. You can get locked in an Asian person's house and all the lights are off. You can find the kitchen. Just look for that little square red light. Oh, there's the fucking rice right there. I sent my son to go get rice the other day. I go, Joe, go grab a bag of rice. And he ran down a couple aisles and then he came back with this little ass bag of rice. It was in his hand like that. And even though I knew that was the bag of rice he was supposed to get, I started reflecting back to when I was his age. The bag of rice I had to get was the size of this fucking stool. That shit was twice my body weight. I had to drag that shit back to my mom. It's a big nylon bag with Chinese writing on the front. It said 50 pounds at the bottom of it. My mom would sit that in the back of the kitchen next to the trash can. Top just ripped open. Inside that bag was a coffee mug with a broken handle. She called that a measuring cup. She taught me how to make rice. I remember that day. I'm going to teach you how to make rice, and this is the only time I'm going to teach you. Okay. How do I do it? You take a couple scoops of rice, Joseph, put it in the pot. Put water in the pot, squish it around. Clean the rice like that. If the water's cloudy, the rice is dirty, pour that water out. Put more water in there, squish it around. Squish it around. If the water is still cloudy, the rice is dirty, pour that water out. Continue the process, Joseph, until the water is clear. When the water is clear, add water. It's ready to cook. Well, then how much water do I add? Just fill it to this line right here, Joseph. This is how you cook perfect rice. I want the world to know that right now. This is an ancient fucking secret. Every Asian knows how to make rice, and this is how you do it. You don't need a measuring cup, and you don't need a fucking rice cooker. All you need is rice, a pot, and this fucking line right here.